Good day. My name is Jima Adesamo, and today we are here to solve a practical and an examinable question under commission. Under commission. So now let's take this example. Malcolm Supermarket has branches in most of the major cities in Ghana. To encourage hard work and efficiency, the company pays the following commission to its agents and staffs. So as you look on your screens, the chart has been given to you. So basic salary bracket supervisors is 1,200 Ghana cedis. Basic salary for staff is 700 Ghana cedis. Personal quota for staff is 8,500 Ghana cedis. Personal commission rate is 4.25% for sales up to 40,000 Ghana cedis. Bonus is 1,200 Ghana cedis flat for excess sales above 47,500 Ghana cedis. Store quota is given to be 70,000 Ghana cedis. Store returns is given to be 15,000 Ghana cedis and an override of 2.75%. So now let's move on to the first question being demanded by the example. It says, what is the personal commission amount for a staff of Malcolm who makes a sale of 18,500? What is the personal commission amount for a staff of Malcolm who makes a sale of 18,500? And commission amount, personal commission amount, as the question demands, it's personal sales minus what? Quota. Personal sales minus quota. And if there were returns, it would have been personal sales minus quota minus return. But with this question, with the question one, there is no return. So it will be personal sales minus quota. And the personal sales here is what? 18,500. 18,500 Ghana cedis. 18,500 Ghana cedis. And the quota is 8,500. Quota is 8,500 Ghana cedis. There is no return. So what you do is that your sales, you input your sales, which is 18,500 Ghana cedis, and you subtract the quota from it, which is 8,500 Ghana cedis, and you are getting 10,000 Ghana cedis as your what? Personal commission amount. 10,000 Ghana cedis as your personal commission amount, as the first question was demanded. So we move on to question II. We move on to question II, and question II says, how much commission will a staff make? How much commission will a staff make if he or she makes a sale of 17,000 Ghana cedis? If he or she makes a sale of 17,000 Ghana cedis. So now, it is what? How much commission? So the commission here is commission amount times rate. So commission amount times rate. And calculating for commission amount, we subtract the quota from what? The sales. And now the question has given us a sale which is saying, say, if how much commission will a staff make if he or she makes a sale of 17,000? So you subtract your quota, which is 8,500, from 17,000. And when you do the subtraction, you are getting 8,500 Ghana cedis as your commission amount. 8,500 Ghana cedis as your commission amount. So when you get a commission amount, you multiply it by the rate, and the rate is 4.25%. The rate is 4.25%. So you multiply it by the rate, you change the rate to decimals, being 0.0425. 0.0425, and your commission becomes 361.25 Ghana cedis. 361.25 Ghana cedis as your commission for question I. We move on to question I. Question I. So now we move on to question I. It says, if a staff makes a sale of 24,500 cedis and has a draw of 350 cedis, what will be his or her net earning? What will be his or her net earning? So net earning is computed to be gross earning minus all deductions. So net earning is gross earning minus all deductions. And gross earning is salary plus commission plus bonus, if any. So now commission therefore becomes commission amount times rate. Commission amount times rate. So the amount commission amount will become what? Sales minus quota. Will become sales minus quota. And the sales here is 24,500 Ghana cedis. 24,500 Ghana cedis. And we subtract our quota, which is 8,500 from it. 8,500 from it. So after doing so, we are getting 16,000 Ghana cedis as our commission amount. We are getting 16,000 Ghana cedis as our commission amount. So after getting the 16,000 Ghana cedis, we multiply it by our rate. To get our commission. So 16,000 Ghana cedis by 0.0425. By 0.0425. And our commission therefore becomes 680 cedis. 680 Ghana cedis. 680 Ghana cedis. So now we have our commission, so we can go ahead to find our gross earning. Can go ahead to find our gross earning, because gross earning is your salary plus commission. So the gross earning, we have the salary to be 700 cedis. 700 cedis. And the commission to be 680. There was no bonus, so there's no need to add any bonus. So the gross earning therefore becomes 1,380 Ghana cedis. 1,380 Ghana cedis. 1,380 Ghana cedis. So since we have our gross earning, we can now go ahead to compute our net earning. So now the net earning becomes the gross earning minus all deductions. And in the question, so now we can go ahead to compute our net earning. And the net earning is gross earning minus all deductions. The gross earning here is 1,380. And now in the question, they made mention of what? Draws. I read the question again. It says, if a staff makes a sale of 24,500 and has a draw of 350 cedis, what will be his or her net earning? So now we would have to subtract the draws, which is 350 cedis. 350 cedis from the gross earning, letting us get our net earning. And when you do that, you are getting 1,030 Ghana cedis. You are getting 1,030 Ghana cedis as your net earning. We move on to question IV. And now we move on to question IV. It says, what is the store commission amount if store sales for the period is 112,550? 112,550. So the store commission amount is your store sales minus your store quota minus your what? Your returns. So it becomes your store commission amount. So your store sales is given to be 112,550 Ghana cedis. 550 Ghana cedis. And your quota is given to be 70,000. 70,000 and returns is 15,000 Ghana cedis. 15,000 Ghana cedis. So store commission amount. Store commission amount. Store commission amount becomes 27,550 cedis. 27,550 Ghana cedis. So that is for question IV. We move on to question V. So with the question V, it says Humera is a supervisor. How much override does she make if the store sales in a particular period is 130,500 cedis? 130,500 cedis. So override is override amount times override rate. Override amount times override rate. And override amount is your store sales minus quota minus store returns. Your store sales minus store quota minus store returns. So let's go ahead to find the override amount. So override amount being your store sales minus your store quota minus your store returns. So the store sales here is 130,500 Ghana cedis. 130,500 Ghana cedis. Then you subtract your quota from it, which is 70,000. Which is 70,000 Ghana cedis. Then we subtract our what returns, which is 15,000 Ghana cedis. 15,000 Ghana cedis. So the override amount is 45,400. 45,400 Ghana cedis as your override what? Amount. As your override amount. So now we having the override amount, we multiply it by the what? Override rate to get our what? Our override. To get our what? Our override. So the override amount is 45,500 Ghana cedis. 45,500 Ghana cedis. And the rate, the override rate is 2.75. 2.75. So 2.75, you change it to decimal, it becomes 0.0275. So therefore, our override for question V, as it demanded for us to find our override, will be 1,251.25. 1,251.25. 1,251.25 Ghana cedis. And this is the override. As the question said, Humera is a supervisor. How much override does she make? So therefore, Humera makes override of 1,251.25 Ghana cedis. We move on to the next question. We move on to question VI. It says, how much is Humera's take home for the period in bracket 31 above? For the period in 31 above. So take home has a formula, and the formula for take home is total earning minus all deductions. Total earnings minus all deductions. And total earning is salary plus override plus commission. Salary plus override plus commission. So the salary here is 1,200 Ghana cedis. 1,200 Ghana cedis. The override is 1,251.25. 1,251.25 as we computed earlier on. And now the commission is 0. Commission is zero because no commission was computed for Humera. No commission was computed for Humera. So commission here is zero and there is no deductions to be made. So take home will be the 1,200 plus the override. So the take home will be what? The salary plus override because there is no commission tied to Humera. Humera didn't earn any commission, and also she didn't. There was no deduction made. There was no deduction made. So you add that of the salary plus the override, and you get 2,451.25. 2,451.25 Ghana cedis. 2,451.25 Ghana cedis. Ghana cedis. So now we move on to question VII. So now we move on to question VII. Question VII. It says Muntaka made a sale of 55,500 Ghana cedis and had a return of 4,000 Ghana cedis. What is his gross earning? Muntaka made a sale of 55,500 and had a return of 4,000 Ghana cedi. What is his gross earning? What is Muntake's gross earning? So Muntake's sales is 55,000 Ghana cedis. 55,000 Ghana cedis. Sorry, it's 55,500 Ghana cedis. 55,500 Ghana cedis. Returns of 4,000. Returns of 4,000 Ghana cedis. And commission rate of 4.25%. 4.25% and has a quota of 8,500. 8,500 Ghana cedis. So you know the formula for gross earning is salary plus commission plus bonus if any. Salary plus commission plus bonus if any. So you first have to find the commission given. And commission, when finding it, becomes commission amount times rate. Commission amount times rate. Commission amount times rate. So now with the question, there was a requirement given for the bonus. It says the bonus requirement is 1,200 above 47,500. So if you gain sales above 47,500, you are able to gain a bonus of 1,200 Ghana cedis. So now how then do we get to know if we have qualified for the what? For the bonus? We therefore have to subtract our returns from our total sales to get the actual sales, and when we get the actual sales, we are going to know whether we qualify for the bonus or not. So now we subtract the returns given, which is 4,000 from the what? Total sales. So the total sales is 55,500 and the returns is 4,000 Ghana cedis. The returns is what? 4,000 Ghana cedis. When we do this deduction, we are getting 51,400. We are getting 51,000. You are getting 51,500 Ghana cedis. Sorry. You are getting 51,500 Ghana cedis. And we getting 51,500 Ghana cedis. It shows clearly that we qualify for the what? Bonus. Muntaka qualifies for the bonus because it's above 47,500 Ghana cedis. So now, therefore, there's a qualification for bonus. So we go ahead to find out what? Our commission. We go ahead to find our what? Commission. So commission is what? Commission amount times rate, and the commission amount becomes what? Your sales minus quota minus return. So the sales is 55,500 minus the quota, which is 88,500, then minus the return, which is 4,000 Ghana cedis. 4,000 Ghana cedis. So with that, you are getting 43,000, 43,000 Ghana cedis. 43,000 Ghana cedis. Then you multiply it by your rate, which is 0.0425. 0.0425. So now you multiply your rate by your commission amount, then you get 1,827.50. 1,827.50 as your commission. So now you have your commission, so you would have to find your, you can go ahead to find your gross earning. And since you have also checked whether you qualify for the bonus, yes, indeed, you qualify for the bonus. So now let's compute our gross earning. So our gross earning becomes which is GE, becomes salary of 700 cedis plus commission 1,827.50. Then now we qualify for the bonus, and the bonus amount is 1,200 Ghana cedis. 1,200 Ghana cedis. So now our gross earning is 3,727.5. 3,727.5 Ghana cedis. So we move on to the next question, which is question VIII. So question VIII, it says, how much will a supervisor who makes a personal sale of 35,000 Ghana cedis earn in all if store sales for the same period is 136,500? So now, personal commission here's formula is commission amount times rate. So override 2 is override amount times override rate. So you'd have to find commission amount. And commission amount is what? Sales minus quota minus return. Override amount 2 is what? Store sales minus returns minus what? Quota. You get it? So the total earning therefore becomes commission plus override plus salary. Commission plus override plus what? Salary. So before you can go ahead to find your what? Your override, you have to know your what? Your store sales and your what? Personal sale. And your personal sale. So personal commission becomes what? Personal commission amount times what? Rate. And the commission amount becomes your sales minus what? Quota minus return. So in this question, there was no return, so it becomes your sales, which is 35,000 minus your what? Your quota, which is 8,500. That's 8,500 Ghana cedis. Then you multiply it by your rate, which is 0.0425. 425. So the commission amount is 26,500. 26,500 Ghana cedis. So your personal commission becomes 26,500 Ghana cedis times 0.0425, and you are getting 30. You are getting 1,126.25. 1,126.25 as your personal commission. As your personal commission. As the personal commission. So this is the personal commission we have now. This is the personal commission we have now, which is 1,126.25. Let's go ahead to find the override. Let's go ahead to find the override, which is going to help us compute our what? Our total earning. So the override is what? Override amount times override rate. And when finding the override amount, it becomes store sales minus store quota minus returns. So the override, you first have to compute your override amount. So the override amount, which is in bracket, becomes your what? Your store sales, which is 136,500, minus your quota, which is 15,000. The quota is, the returns is rather 15,000, and the quota therefore becomes 70,000. The quota therefore becomes 70,000. Then you multiply it by your rate, which is 0.0275. 0.0275, which is 0.0275. So your override therefore becomes 1,402.50. 1,402.50. Therefore, you can go ahead to compute your total earning. So now we go ahead to compute our total earning, since we have our override and we have our commission as well. So the total earning therefore becomes the override plus the commission plus the bonus. So override is 1,402.50 plus our commission, which is 1,126.25, plus bonus of 1,200 Ghana cedis. So therefore the total earning becomes 3,728.75. 3,728.75 Ghana cedis. We move on to question IX. So now we move on to question IX. It says if store returns in a period amounted to 25,000 and total store sales was 100,000, how much override would the supervisor earn? So now we know that override is override amount times override rate, and override amount is store sales minus store quota minus return. So now the override amount therefore becomes store sales minus quota minus return. So the override amount, the store sales here is 100,000 Ghana cedis. 100,000 Ghana cedis minus what? Quota, which is minus returns, which is 25,000 Ghana cedis. Which is 25,000 Ghana cedis minus the what? Quota, which is 70,000 Ghana cedis. Which is 70,000 Ghana cedis. And when you compute, you are getting 5,000 Ghana cedis. 5,000 Ghana cedis for override amount. So now after getting this 5,000 Ghana cedis, we multiply it by our override rate, which is 0.0275. 0.0275. So override therefore becomes 5,000 by 0.0275. 0.0275. And when we do this, we multiply it, our override is computed to be 137.5 Ghana cedis. 137.5 Ghana cedis. 0.5 Ghana cedis. What is the minimum amount? That is the question X. What is the minimum amount of personal sales a staff has to sell to earn a bonus? So it says the minimum amount of personal sales a staff has to sell to earn a bonus is 47,500 Ghana cedis. 47,500.10 Ghana cedis. 47,500 Ghana cedis 0.10. 500 Ghana cedis 0.10. And that is the end of this set of questions. My name is Jima Ades Samuel. You can call me Gas. We will meet another time. Thank you.